How hard do you think it'll be for defenses if you and Dallas are on the field at the same time?
Yeah, it's gonna be different than in years past. In years past when it was me and Brent on the field, it was more run dominant. When it was me and Trey, it was more pass dominant, and teams just went nickel. So teams are gonna really have to choose whether they want to go base or go nickel to the two of us. In the past, I've always been when it was Trey and I was always the guy with the hand in the ground. Now you can kind of vary it up a little bit. Put one of us put down, put one of us in the slot, and vary it up. But at the same time, we got to go out there and make plays. It's still early. Dallas hasn't even played a preseason game yet. I haven't really played a game truly in the slot every play in a while. So I still got to get better at a lot of things. Dallas is too, but at the same time, if we're able to reach our potential in that personnel, it could be a very good thing for this team.
Do you see a little bit of yourself, young Zach Ertz, in Dallas when you watch him as a rookie?
Yeah, he's definitely bigger than I was. But at the same time, he's showing some things. You could see why he was drafted high. He makes plays when the ball is in there. He's physical. He's a lot better. He's a lot further along at the point of attack than I thought he would be coming from what school he came from. And obviously he's put a lot of work in. I thought he was well coached coming in here. He's got a good feel for everything. So yeah, I mean, I think there are some comparison similarities.
Some players wouldn't be thrilled about the team using their first pick, on a younger player at the same position. Is that easier because of everything that happened last year? I mean, a breakout year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident in my abilities. I don't view it as really a competition. I view it as someone that can add another variability to this offense. If we're in 11 personnel, it's going to be Nelson in the slot and me at the tight end. If it's 12, you're able to move Dallas and I around. So I think it's a compliment. I wouldn't say it's a direct competition, but at the same time, we are pushing each other to get better each and every day. Richard's going to be a guy that's going to play. He's going to play in this offense. He does some things at the point of attack that the two of us probably don't right now, and you don't want me doing that every time. So you bring a guy like Richard who can play at the point of attack, who's proven to do it at the point of attack. So I wouldn't look over him this early either.
How important is it having that?
Out there, mid-30s, coming off the ACL, and it looks like it never happened. That still amazes you?
Yeah, I mean, nothing really amazes me from that guy. I trained with him in the offseason. I used to go down to San Diego just to try and pick his brain and see what magic potion he was drinking. But the only potion he has is hard work and freaking busting his butt every day. He practices so intensely every day. I mean, the first kickoff return, the guy is the returner today, going 1,000 miles an hour. You can't tell that he was coming off an ACL injury last year. I mean, he still is quick. His feet are moving just as fast. And he's still practicing just as hard.
So there's no potion.
There's no magic potion. Just hard work. Hard work is the only potion he's got.
Zach, can you tell me what it means to you to see a guy like Brian Dawkins going into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, obviously he was around here a lot the past couple of years, and just to be able to pick his brain and the intensity and the detail that he approached the job he had now with, you could see why he was so successful as a player. Obviously, he was a tone setter in the city who pretty much embodied the city better than any athlete probably that ever played in the city of Philadelphia. Just his intensity, the emotion, the dedication he gave to the city was probably second to none. I think he's a great role model for all of us playing for the Eagles, to give to the city just everything we have. I mean, you see those videos, you see those pump-up kind of speeches that he had, and that's only a snippet of how good he was as a player. Playing in the middle field, you walk by him on the hallway in this complex, you see how many Pro Bowls he went to, how successful he was as a player. And even last year when we won the Super Bowl, you see how much it meant to him to finally have that be brought to the city of Philadelphia. Even though he couldn't do it himself, it meant just as much to him that the city of Philadelphia got a Super Bowl. So proud of him, love him. I mean, he's a great person. He's helped me a lot in my career just with the mental side of things. So I'm extremely happy for him.
How important was it having a veteran presence like Richard brought in to the locker room this offseason?
Yeah, I mean, Richard's a guy that's he's had proven success in this league. He's done great. He had 8 touchdowns one year, and he's another guy that coming from a different offense, you could pull things from him. But he's a guy that can put his hand in the dirt and block guys, and that's what we need from this offense. You got to be able to do. You have to be able to block. You have to be able to be successful in the passing game, and that's the standard we've set for tight ends. And he's doing a great job.
Red zone offense was focus of today's practice. What's it going to be like that? You guys improved so much going into last year. How much more do you think you guys can improve adding Richard, adding Dallas, and just overall the offense growing as a whole?
Yeah, I think anytime you can add different personnel groupings, the defense has got to take time to study those groupings and just add variabilities to the offense, keep defenses on their toes or on their heels. And, I mean, it's going to be fun. We still got to go out there and make plays. It's still early. But I like what I saw today out of the whole group. Obviously, the grind of training camp is real. So continue to push and get better and focus on the little things during this time is definitely a challenge. But guys are rising up to that challenge.
We talked to you Saturday about Carson and the day that he was doing everything, dancing around, and you cautioned that there's going to be times where he has to step back a little. And we've seen that the last 3 practices. He hasn't worked 11 on 11. Do you think that's really hard for him after having done it once,
Yeah, I mean, obviously he wants to be doing everything. His mindset has always been to do everything. But at the same time, his long-term health is the most important priority. And whether they back him off now and then push him later, or push him now and back him off later, it's going to be a roller coaster. Every rehab is a roller coaster, mentally and physically. And so mentally, I know he wants to be out there, but physically, the doctors are doing what they need to do. Obviously, it's not only Carson's decision. Carson's going to be the franchise quarterback for the next 15 years, and we got to keep that in mind. Each and every day we go out there on the practice field, he's got to be 1,000% ready to go. If he's not, there's no point. We got a quote-unquote backup who's not a backup in Nick Foles, and we're confident with him going into the season. And so, yeah, with Carson, obviously, I think he wants to be out there. He's doing everything he can to be out there. We're being smart, too.
Dallas mentioned that you and him could be the next, 1-2 best tight end combo, like a Gronk and Hernandez. Do you guys see that possibly? I know it's a week and we still haven't played a game yet.
I mean, we got to go out there and execute. I wouldn't go that far. I like what I'm seeing out of him. He's got a bright future. But at the same time, we got to go out on the field and produce. It's still early. We're 7 days into training camp. Haven't played a preseason game yet together, so we'll see. I'm excited that he's that optimistic. Hopefully that's the goal. The guy's big body, can make plays in the red zone. But at the same time, we got to get better too.